Help with binge eating. I got a great question in from Tina. She says, I'm an obliger. I have 4 kids and a husband. And if the food's not in the house, I don't binge. But when it is, I really struggle. And so for somebody in this position, I totally get it. You're going to have to step outside your comfort zone. And while it's great that we have an idea of who we are in the world, in the sense of I'm an obliger, I'm a rebel, I'm this, I'm that, we sometimes have to step out of that mold in order to create a new reality, right? So that belief system has allowed us to maybe take a back seat to the kind of life we want to live. And if we're seeing that we want to change in some area in our life, we may have to put on a different hat, even if it feels very unnatural to us, in order to move this forward. So for somebody who is in that situation, it sounds like step number 1, and this was a conversation I had with my family, these are things that really don't work for me. And I am a mom, I have 3 kids, I have a husband, I totally get it. There's a lot of fun food that makes its way into the house. So I told my husband, look, this is kind of sabotaging to me. There are certain things I'm not going to bring in the house, or if I do bring them in the house, I'm getting only individual portions. He was very supportive of that when I asked for his help, but I had to ask. And as an obliger, you might be hesitant to do that. That might be your Mount Everest to climb. You may have to step outside that comfort zone and force yourself to ask for help. Another option would be to go see an eating disorder specialist, get somebody in your corner who will help you start to view these foods differently, maybe help give you the strength to ask for the help you need, so that way you can make the changes. Another good helpful technique with families who have kids who eat snacks and treats, I've had many clients do this and it makes a world of difference. They get like an opaque container, something you can't see through, and they just ask their family to do one simple task, which is put the bags of chips in here, you know, all the fun foods go in here, and it goes maybe on the top shelf of the cabinet or somewhere out of sight, out of mind. So it comes down to creating some healthy boundaries for you. Again, asking your family to step in and help. On the flip side, she mentioned that it sometimes is very stress induced. During stressful times, I tend to turn to these things. Where this might require, again, a revamping is you saying, I have to take a time out for me. Hey fam, you're on your own. You go take your journal, go sit in a quiet space and work on it. But more than likely, when we say that we're an obliger or we're somebody who isn't speaking up for ourselves, it's usually the stress, all of those things we're allowing ourselves to be in that position. We're not requesting the support we need. Hey honey, you're gonna have to man the kids for 30 minutes. I'm really feeling real stressed right now. I need to go work on my stress journal. I need to go for a walk. I need to get out of here. For an obliger, that will feel very difficult to raise their hand and say, I matter. I need attention. I have to do what's in my best interest. And this is where therapy comes in really handy. If you're that kind of person, and that's what you identify as, and you feel stressed and you turn to food, or you can't find the way to ask your family for the support, you may need to go that route in order to build your confidence, to learn how to communicate in a way that makes you feel comfortable what your needs are. And that way you can start to move forward on the life you want for yourself. But doing the same thing over and over again is not working. And how do you know it's not working? Because every time you're in a stressful situation or there's fun foods in the house, you're using them. And so this is going to require a total revamp of how you see yourself, how you communicate with your family, putting yourself a little higher on the totem pole to where you get the help you need. So I love this question because she's not the only one that struggles with this, but it's going to really require you to ditch this idea of seeing yourself as the obliger, being okay with it, and saying, okay, maybe that is my tendency, but maybe it's not serving me here, and what can I do differently in order to move this whole binge eating recovery along? You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.